Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. It's Tuesday. Tuesday is this day. Yeah, I had to get it together. Tuesday is the day. Box Seats is the show. We talk about sports with comedians, and the comedians who talk, we talk about all these things, that happen in the sports world. First up, let me bring my man in, Fig. Oh, I see Talent's in there too. Fig, what's going on, bro? How's everything?
What's going on, man? I was expecting you to bring Talent.
He wasn't in, and so now he just popped up in there too. So let me bring up in Talent too. So what's going on, bro? How you guys doing?
Hey, me too. I thought I was gonna come in first, Fig.
Yeah.
I was over there, brushed my hair,
Bro,
and he said,
I ain't see him.
Nah, yo, that's wild racist. You went with the light skinned curl dude, yo.
Yeah, I did.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I did. How you guys doing today?
Hey, man, it's a beautiful day over here, bro. A little humid, but where I'm sitting at right now, crazy breeze through the house.
Yeah, I must be feeling really nice. I hear that weather's coming up here, man. I can't wait because right now it's 60-something and cool. So
yeah, man, a little overcast, but it's all right. It's a good day.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right, let's get ready to get this show started. If you guys aren't familiar, we talk about a lot of sports with these comedians and everything else. So let's first thing we always do is we jump off with the COVID report first. And we get today's show started. Yesterday, I was talking about a golfer who was basically disqualified because of COVID. He missed out on $12 million. Today, two more golfers out of the same tournament is Zach Johnson and Hideki Matsuyama. They both had to withdraw from the British Open due to COVID. And you know what that means. When COVID comes in, you are out. It's just that simple, right, Talent?
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, bro, that's the rule. You know what? This has become our new norm, Frank. Our new norm, it used to be a whole bunch of other things, death in the family, injuries was the only way, flight cancellation. COVID is the new thing now. Now it's automatically Fig, too. It's like, that's the first thing you check now. You know what I mean? COVID. Like we did all these shows, but the first thing they said, hey, you guys, everybody got their tests. Are you vaccinated? Like that's our new norm.
So they asking you at the comedy clubs now?
Yeah, because now at the comedy clubs, some of these clubs, depending on the city or state you're working in, is how they situate the room. So if you vaccinated, they'll do like a vaccinated show where they can max out. But if you're not vaccinated, they do what they call a non-vaccinated show where they might chop it down by 100 people so they could space out a certain way.
Ah, very interesting. Hey, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, man, it's kind of crazy, man. We talk about cancel culture. The new cancel culture is the COVID cancel culture.
COVID culture.
COVID is canceling everything. But I was at the bank the other day, man, and my banker was telling me that he happened to go to a Dave Chappelle show. I think when he was in Foxwoods or something like that, somewhere at one of the casinos, man. And everybody that entered that show had to get a COVID test, man. They rapid COVID tested everybody that came to that show, man. I think it seated over like 5,000 people or something like that, man. So like Talent said, man, this is the new norm. I feel sorry for the guys that's dating nowadays, man, because, before you was concerned about STDs. Now you got to be concerned with COVID.
Oh, yeah, facts. That's a fact of the mundo, bro. Facts.
Yeah, maybe we get that Town of that for life when we get out of here. You know what I mean? We ask you about that. All right, man. Next up is we got to talk about my man Shohei Ohtani because he bowed out early, man. He had this, a lot of pressure on him, I think, from the Japanese culture. People expecting him. He did phenomenal in the first round because he went off against Juan Soto. They had this great homer, batting off, but ended up Pete Alonso ended up winning the home run derby. So I guess my question to you, Talent, is should Japan be satisfied with how he did? Because to me, it seemed like he bowed out swinging. Like, I mean, literally, he did well to me. But, I don't know how the Japanese people are going to take it. What do you think? How the Japanese people are going to take it?
Well, Japan should be happy that they got the Olympics out there. Why would anything else upset you? You're on the biggest world stage of all sports. You know, worry about that. I think he did excellent. Let's keep in mind, it wasn't that he didn't show up or less perform. He just got edged out. You know, but he did what he was supposed to do. He's still a bad dude. You know, they should be very ecstatic of where this is going. This is only the beginning. I think sky's the limit.
Okay, Fig, what's your thought?
At the end of the day, the dude is a pitcher. You know what I mean? He competed. That's the main thing. It's all about the competition. I mean, it's not like he quit. You know what I mean? He competed and he lost. There's no shame in losing. You got to show up and play, and that's what he did. He showed up. You know what I mean? He did what he could do. But nobody said that he was nobody said he. No pun intended. Godzilla. You know what I mean? As far as knocking the ball out of the park. But he's really good, man. It just said that somebody just happened to be better that particular day.
Now let's not sleep on him either, because the American League and in the All-Star game, he got named as the leadoff hitter, and he's going to be the starting pitcher. I've never seen that. I mean, I watched baseball since I was a kid. You know what I mean? I've never seen a pitcher be the leadoff hitter and pitch in the All-Star game. I've never seen it happen. So
I don't think it ever did.
Yeah, I gotta check into it. I didn't have time to check into it just now, but I gotta check and see if he is. Because if not, man, y'all need to sit down. How do they say sit down?
Have several seats. Have several seats.
Have several seats, man. Y'all relax. Now we
Frank,
got.
You've been watching baseball since you was a kid.
Yeah, man.
He's from Boston.
Sorry to hear that, man. Wow, man. I'm really sorry to hear.
Boston. You can't be from Boston and not watching baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry you had to go through that torture, Frank.
It's all right. I dealt with it after 2004. I was able to live with it after that 2004 year. I was able to get by. You know what I mean? That's why I'm wearing this right now. You know, but that's okay. All right, let me throw it in. Now we got a controversial conversation, man. I want to have this controversial conversation with you. I'm gonna start off with you, Talent. Yesterday, Stephen A. said something about Shohei Ohtani. He had said something, and it was kind of derogatory to the Japanese people. And in the same day, same conversation, he talked about Team USA losing to Nigeria. And in the same day, same conversation, Stephen A. pronounced almost all of the Team Nigeria's names wrong. People have been creating this campaign to get Stephen A. Smith fired from First Take because they felt, for the Japanese side of things, they felt he was disrespectful to the Japanese players. And Nigerians are saying he's disrespectful to us too. Now, I don't know about you. I think if anything, if you want to take it that hot and everything else, you want to get that mad at Stephen A. Yeah, maybe he should get suspended. But fired would be, as my friend Joe Sane would say, doing the most. So, Talent, what do you think should happen to Stephen A?
Hey, listen, man. I don't think anything should happen to him. You know, I let everybody else that's on the air make fun of him. That's about as punishment as you can give him. The show is called First Take. First Take is American. As long as he got all the American stuff right. Second and third take, you know, the little slap on the hand. Come on now, do your homework. Shame on you. Sound it out right. Yeah, I don't think it's that serious. I think that here's the thing, you know, and I don't know, I'm not the only one that feels, but Stephen A. is not in the position he is in because he knows how to speak Japanese. He's in it for his antics, for his energy, and what he brings to the table in that form and fashion. He probably was like the first guy or one of the main guys who took the place of like when Stuart Scott was gone, because Stuart Scott made sports hip in a commentator sense. And then Steve came, you know, behind that, and he was that guy. But I don't think people are looking at him to be the end all be all and know the Bible and the Constitution front to back and everybody's name and pronunciation. I don't think he's there for that. So I think it's a little over the top. I wouldn't fire him.
All right, I wouldn't fire him, but now on the flip side of that, you can say that when you do a sports show and you're on television, Fig, you should prepare and in pre-production meetings and know names of people and get their proper enunciation correctly. You know what I mean? Especially when you're on ESPN. I could flip and say that. You know what I mean?
It's not that easy, Frank. You got to realize something. The American dialect, there's a lot of words that we get wrong that we think we got right. because the way we learn to pronounce words is different than other countries. So we were like something like Budapest. We all been saying Budapest our whole life. It's not pronounced Budapest.
Yeah, no,
I just learned that this week.
No,
What's it pronounced?
Budapest.
Budapest.
Like
Budapest?
almost like SHT. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we've been saying Budapest because in our language, so you're gonna make mistakes. Is my point. Like especially with foreigners.
I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is, if you have a show and you know you're gonna have this show on, I'm gonna throw it to you, Fig. You should properly prepare to get the names of, especially if you're on ESPN, you should properly get the names and prepare to be able to pronounce and announce people's names correctly. Now, before I throw it to Fig, if y'all want to join this conversation, please dial in. Fig, what's your thoughts on this?
They're not even from here. Who cares?
That's what I said.
They're not from here. They lucky that he even tried to pronounce their name. Ain't nobody else pronouncing their name. Ain't nobody even trying to pronounce their name because they're insignificant. Are they in the NBA? You understand? Hakeem Olajuwon, Dikembe Mutombo. These Africans we know. These are the Africans that are in the NBA. These guys, I mean, look, no disrespect to them, man, but ain't nobody pronouncing. Listen, I'm from here. I was born and raised in America, man. We do not know how to speak other people's language and pronounce their names properly. You mess them up. Listen. They mispronounced my last name the whole time I was in school, and I was born right here. My last name is Figueiredo. Nobody knew how to say Figueiredo my whole time in school. They like Fig. They messed up my name my whole life. So now I got to know how to pronounce an African name. I don't know. I haven't. My ancestors may have been from Africa, but I've never been there, and I don't know how to pronounce their name.
Your ancestors are from Africa, but you have Spanish last name, so they're gonna have a hard time pronouncing that name. So
it's actually Portuguese, and they don't know how to. If my teachers didn't know how to pronounce my name, and they're supposed to be teaching me, that how come I need to know how to pronounce some other stuff? I'm not a teacher.
Right. Let me throw it to Rodney Perry. Rodney Perry, who's now joining the show. I'm gonna ask you, Rodney Perry. People can say, it could be said, that Stephen A. should know how to pronounce. He's on sports talk morning show on ESPN. He should know how to pronounce people's name properly because they have pre-production meetings where you sit there and you could say that. What's your thoughts, Rodney Perry?
In his defense, some of those names are very difficult, and because of who he is, he goes out of his way to be a wordsmith. He goes out of his way to be a guy that's what?
His last name is Smith. You said a wordsmith.
He's a wordsmith.
That's funny. That's pretty good.
He goes out of his way to be that guy. And so out of all the people on TV that you expect to get your name right, it's Stephen A. Smith. And if you can say Giannis' last name, you can say it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I look at it. All right, but I'm going to ask you, Rodney, because I asked the other two guys, I'm going to ask you this. Do you think he should be penalized for what he said about the Japanese, about Shohei Ohtani? And do you think he should be penalized for what he said for not pronouncing the Nigerian people's name wrong? You think he should be? Is that what you think?
No. I mean, the guy's been doing his job well for so long that he deserves a man. I messed up a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like he was molesting the kid. You know what I mean? He said his name wrong.
What?
Wow.
I'm not the analogy guy. That child should have gave it the time.
Wow. I was like, wow, that's a stretch there, right?
What did he say about the Asian community? I didn't hear it.
I don't even want to repeat it. Look, you got to look it up on Google. We're gonna keep going on. Let's keep moving on this show. The next thing up is the Nigerian team. They were coached by Mike Brown, right? Mm-hmm. No one is talking, since we talk about the Nigerian team, no one is talking about, and I'm sorry with you, Talon, how good a coaching job Mike Brown did for the Nigerian team. He had 3 weeks to coach these guys. Out of the 3 weeks he had to coach these guys, what did he do? He took them and beat Team USA. Now, I'm going to talk about Team USA losing last night again, too, the same thing. But But first of all, Town, are we overlooking the fact that Mike Brown ended up coaching and beating and doesn't even have a job because he didn't even get paid those 3 weeks? People not even talking about that part.
Yeah, but that's a cheat sheet, bro. He's an inside man. He went out there, coached these dudes, gave all the secrets up. He went out there with NBA secrets and whooped their ass. Like, if you live with me for a few weeks, you could tell the robbers that want to rob my house how to get in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, talent got a lot of dogs go through the bottom, come up through the back. You know, it's that I look at it like that. He knows a lot of things that, and that's different from years past. Years past, you got a lot of coaches that are, you know, just their countries pick the coaches from their leagues. They don't know nothing that's going on in the NBA. This dude, come on, he going over there with some secrets. He telling, you know, little stuff like Fig would say, you know, make him go left.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna pass. He gonna drive and pass, kick it back out. He likes to stay by the three. You know, all that little intricate detail stuff that a regular coach over there in Nigeria wouldn't know. So he going over there bringing a little extra. That's all that is.
Fig, do you agree with this? Because at the end of the day, Mike Brown is a black coach, right? Mike Brown is coaches that people say he coached on Cleveland Cavaliers. He took them far. He was on Golden State. He's on Team USA for a hot second. Now he's up here coaching Team Nigeria, which you could look at it like, damn, they weren't even ranked. And let's be honest now. Let's get the whole thing in perspective shape here. They weren't even ranked in the top 5 or 10 teams to even play well against Team USA. Not only were they not ranked, they came in and beat Team USA game 1. Fig, talk to me.
You know, here's the thing. The thing that a lot of people are glossing over is the fact that African Americans' ancestry is in Africa. These Nigerians have the same blood, you know, although it's distant, the same DNA that we have over here. They pick the best of the best out of those guys over there, and they put them on the floor. If you coach them well enough, they have the talent and the ability to be able to play. We've had great players. We got Serge Ibaka, Dikembe Mutombo, Hakeem Olajuwon, Giannis, the Greek freak Adetokounmpo. These guys know how to play basketball, man, at a high level. They're young, they're mobile, they're agile, and they're hostile, and they can possibly play. It's not a shock to me that they beat the Olympic team in an exhibition. Here's the key. Something else that people are not talking about. The original Dream Team with Michael Jordan, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, all of those guys, the original Dream Team. When they had their exhibition game against college players, the very first game that they played, they lost to college players.
Yeah, I agree with that. We see people coming in. I'm going to bring some colors in a second. Hang in there. I'm going to bring in a second. Rodney Perry, what's your thoughts on this? Are we overlooking Mike Brown? What you think?
Here goes. The NBA been trying to do this for the last 20 years is to get more international. And guess what? It's working. I mean, players all over the world are just getting better. And the league is also scouting these guys. These guys are trying to get a job. You live in Nigeria, you just got shoes. So you like, look, man, I'm trying to play. I'm just trying to show up so well. The NBA say that we got to get this guy, get him one of these $1 million checks, and he can change his life. I think these guys are playing for their livelihood. And no disrespect to my Nigerian brothers and sisters, but these guys are really playing for their own livelihood. The country's not doing it.
Yeah, he's making sense. He's making sense. Let me bring in.
But let me tell you something. When you Nigeria, man, some of those it is not the United States, and they want to come get some of this big paper, and it would change their lives, man. And Mike Brown is just going out there. He just glad he working again.
Let me bring in. We have a guest caller in there. Let me bring in Michael Sean. Mike, how you doing, brother? How's everything?
What's good?
I'm with Mike Sean a Wednesday in Dallas, man. He got a morning show, a fabulous morning show. I hit him up, invite him on the show today. super talented dude. What's up, Mike? Welcome to the box seat.
Mike, thank you for joining the show, bro. I appreciate you for joining the show. I appreciate Rodney Perry giving you an intro and everything else. That's dope too. Mike, what's your thoughts on this, brother? Talk to me. Tell me what you think.
It was bound. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bound to happen. Come on, man. The top 5 players in the NBA right now ain't from America. The Greek Freak and Luka Doncic. This was bound to happen. This was building for a long time now. I don't know why anybody's surprised. The Nigerian team, we were just surprised. Like, that was a surprise because they got a bunch of NBA players on there that are bench players.
Right.
They don't fear the American team.
Right.
Like, you got to realize these guys, like Luka Doncic, is right now killing the league for the Dallas Mavericks.
Gotta
I
call.
don't know what happened to him.
There you go.
Mike, we can't hear you. Say
Luka Doncic has been playing as a professional since he was 16.
Right.
He's won championships and been the MVP. It's still an American game. Don't get it messed up. Pound for pound, we got the best players in the world, but there are a lot of incredible, iconic players that are being built outside of this country. And it's something you might as well get used to it. You might as well get used to it right now.
Yeah,
because
but
if you go down the list of the NBA players, there are a lot of NBA superstars that.
Right, and let's be honest, Mike. Let me just be honest with you and say one thing. Everything you're saying is 100%. Everything you're saying is 100%, Mike. Everything you say is good. Here's the thing: people right now put so much expectations on Team USA, and we've been saying, we said it yesterday, and we said it again today, that because of these expectations, we know they're going to come in with an L sooner or later. Right now, Team USA has lost now to Nigeria, and they lost last night to Team Australia. Nobody's talking about, hey, these other teams also have NBA players who are playing in this league. This is the topic. Mike, I'm going to let you answer that since you're a guest on the show right this. You called in. I'm going to let you answer it. Tell me what you think about that, then we're going to jump in. What you think, Mike?
No, I think you're 100% right, but yeah, I'm trying to see if y'all can hear me because I think something went wrong. Can y'all got me right now?
Yeah, we hear you.
It's your hair.
It's my beautiful hair. Shut your ass up. Listen.
Hey, Mike Sean, can we get Mike Sean to stop caressing his beard, please?
Dog, the moisture in my beard is amazing. You don't even understand the moisture. You don't know how much work I put into this. But listen, like even a guy like Patty Mills, who plays for Australia, he's not scared of playing. He plays against everybody all the time. This is not the first time. Like when even Fig brought up the Olympic team that lost to the college players. We can go earlier than that with AI and the Olympic team with AI, where Larry Brown didn't want to play Carmelo and LeBron James and sat them on the bench.
Right.
They got smoked. Like it's not something new, y'all. And it's just they're gonna have to understand when we send a team to the Olympics now. If you don't send the top tier players, and I love Damian Lillard, I love Kevin Durant, but you got to send a whole pound out there now. If you don't, you can catch less than a bronze medal easily.
Wow.
Easily. Right now.
Well,
so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Mike, I appreciate everything you're saying, because everything you're saying, we've been saying. You know, we've been having this conversation, and I thank you for joining the show, brother. Thank you for even dialing in and giving us your thoughts on that and everything else. I don't know how much of a basketball expertise you are, Rodney. You want to give us his bio one more time? Tell us how we could follow him and everything else.
Mike Sean, great morning show on every day. I'm sure you can tell us about that. But man, we're doing a show Wednesday at the Addison Improv, man. I'm excited to come out to Dallas and rock with the stage with my brother, man. We've been friends for many years, man. Fabulous comedian, fabulous radio host. What's the name of the show, Mike?
Laugh Out Loud. We're gonna be at the Addison Improv, me and Rodney Perry. And one quick thing on Mike Brown. Y'all brought up Mike Brown. Mike Brown is not taking any compensation for this.
Yeah.
So just in case y'all said that. So, but that was funny as hell. That Rodney said they playing for shoes.
Well, it's Nigeria. They
Nigeria.
Can't pay nobody. Yeah, no.
And here go talent. And here go talent.
Nigeria pay your watches.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike Sean, I want to know, this is what I need to know. Forget the basketball. I want to know, do you still have a ceiling fan in your car? That's what I want to know.
Oh, you were funny. Yo, Fig just brought back my oldest joke ever.
Wow.
Yo, yeah, there used to be a ceiling fan in my car. The faster you go, the faster the ceiling fan goes.
That's your AC.
Get your ass off the highway. Thanks for having me, y'all. That's a
Mike, tell everybody out there how they can follow you, bro. Tell everybody out there how they can follow you.
Hit me on Instagram at Mike Sean Comedy. That's at Mike Sean Comedy. Sean SHAWN at Mike Sean Comedy. And understand, the U.S. team ain't even played Argentina yet. So when they play the Argentinians, we can catch another L too.
Yeah, we sure can. That's Mike, y'all. That's Mike Sean, y'all. Thanks for joining the show, man. Let me jump in and start off with Talent with another conversation point and say this. Hey, Talent, let's talk about Team USA. They lost again last night. They lost to Australia. And I watched a large portion of that game. They played absolutely no defense, bro. They didn't play any defense. They didn't look good. They didn't look like they, when everybody caught the ball, they just shot the ball. They weren't passing the ball. And this is what we now are in the whole thing as the world is now shooting 3-pointers. You're going to lose if you're going to live by the 3, die by the 3. That's what's going to happen. So, Talent, what's your thoughts on Team USA losing to Australia?
First of all, I was more shocked about the first loss because, again, the last time we played Nigeria, we beat them by 80-something. So when you go to Australia, that's a different ballgame. Just knowing how many kangaroos out there, the team got hops.
You got hops?
They got hops.
We walked into that one.
So I give Australia a better chance at it. But no, all jokes aside, I'm telling you, man, they got to get it together, bro. You only get, I think, 4 games exhibition. I think it's 4. I think you get 4 or 5, and it's all for all the marbles after that. You're playing for all the marbles. Bruh, this ain't looking good, man. I know people. I was talking in the barbershop earlier. They're just getting warmed up. They're getting their feet under them, all that. All right.
Yeah. I'd be concerned. Fig, what's your thought?
At the end of the day, I'm going to take it. An exhibition game is the equivalent of what I would say my man Allen Iverson said. We talking about practice? Practice? We really talk about practice. All this stuff right here, we're going to talk about practice. Because that's what an exhibition game is. It's like to get used to the other players and, get your rhythm and stuff like that. Get used to your other teammates. Now, these other teams, they've been playing together the whole time. USA, we assemble our teams like right before the game. So we got to get a little cohesiveness and a little chemistry going. So basically, an exhibition game is specifically for that purpose. And it's really practice.
Rodney Perry, I'll ask you what you think. Because on the flip side of what Fig said, you could literally say, you talk about practice, but in practice, they were beating people by 100. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you could say that. And Team USA hasn't lost back-to-back practices ever since pros got assembled. So yeah, they talk about practices. What you think, Rodney Perry?
So you let's take it back. It was college players playing, and the world was getting better. And so we was like, you know what? We tired of y'all beat up on our little brother. We're gonna send our big brother out there to whoop some ass.
Right.
We did that for 25 or 30 years. Well, now big brother done walked down there and got his ass tore up. I got you, little bro. Let me go. Ooh, he got a gun. So I think ultimately, man, the world is catching up to the NBA game, and I think Fig said something important. I'm sorry, Frank said something important. The 3-point game is leveling the playing field. If you can shoot the 3, if you can figure out a way to get people on the perimeter, you don't have to be good at other positions. You can just shoot lights out. And again, everybody trying to get a job. Everybody trying to get an NBA job.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Nigeria hit 23 pointers the other night when they beat the Team USA. They hit 20. I can't remember anybody hitting 23 pointers in a regular, NBA game, let alone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was the last game the last game that Phoenix beat Milwaukee, they hit 23 points.
That's right. That's right. But my point is the game has changed. You hit 23 pointers, you're gonna win. You're gonna win some games. You're gonna win some games. But since we talk about NBA, let me throw it out there to you, talent. This morning, right? I got this morning, do what I normally do, and then I saw the news flash when I saw that Philly is officially shopping Ben Simmons. But Philly wants. Here's the thing, talent. They want an A-lister. They want a top-tier talent back. Like if they give, for example, let's use the Celtics. If they trade him to the Celtics, they want Jaylen Brown back. And I was like, I don't know what weed you smoking, but here you go. Keep that split for yourself. Because hell no. What you think, talent?
Ben Simmons ain't going nowhere. But you know what happens? Ben Simmons remind me of when we had the show and somebody selling merch next to me, but they outpriced their T-shirt. I'm right there with a $20. They got the 45, and I sell all mine, and they still stack. And they go, I don't know what happened. They like you better than me. No, they like my price. Ben Simmons, they like it. It looks good, but then they see the price. Woo! You ever be in the store? Woo! Like that. Little rich. You know what I mean? Yeah. Y'all better go ahead and settle for some draft picks. Couple of half stars. I take 2 half stars and 2 draft picks. He's worth that. People are going to say the same thing about Ben Simmons. The reason that you're looking to get rid of him, why would I take him?
Yeah, that's a great, because you sure ain't giving up an all-star. You ain't giving up an all-star for Ben Simmons, who's doing well and who's not scared to shoot. You know what I mean?
So you want me to give you my car, which is working fine, for this car without an engine? I think not.
Wow. Or my car for this bike you trying to
right. Car for a bike.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Fig, what you think?
At the end of the day, Ben Simmons is not getting no superstar to replace him in Philadelphia. Not Ben Simmons. Ben got a better chance of playing for the Jets. It'd be Benny and the Jets. Benny and the Jets. Ain't no way. He's scared to look. He's scared to look in his yearbook.
Interesting. All right, before I throw it to Rodney Perry, if you want to join this conversation, you agree or disagree, you can click on the link at the top of the comment section, and we'll bring you in how we brought in my man Mike Sean. Rodney Perry, what's your thoughts about this? Should or should they not get an all-star for Ben Simmons? Because honestly, I think he's worth a couple of draft picks. That's about it.
I mean, I'm going to try to look at this in a different way. Yes, Ben Simmons has had some challenges, but he's a bit of a defensive specialist. So if you're a team that needs that, then maybe he's attracted to you, and you'll be willing to give up. Maybe if you got multiple scores, you'll be willing to give up a guy or any guy. So for him. So, but Ben Simmons been looking bad, so it's gonna be tough for that guy to get a viable job in this league. But he could work out. He could figure the shooting thing out. I think,
I think. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think Ben Simmons is a future all-star. I think he got a lot of potential. But right now, when you make trades for right now, and I just don't see it right this second. I think he lost a lot of confidence. That's what I think. Well, speaking of trades, y'all gonna trip on this one, Talent. I'm gonna throw it out to you first. You're gonna trip on this one. There's been a lot of trades come out of the Golden State area, out of the Bay Area, because everybody knows that there's conversations about Dame Dollar. So I'm gonna ask you this, Talent. Would you trade Klay Thompson for Dame Dollar?
Oh, hell no.
Talent, what'd you think?
These questions are getting horrible. You know what? I'm using a different phone today. It sounds like you said Klay Thompson traded for Dame Dollar.
Yeah.
What'd you really say?
Yeah. Bro, I put the question out there because that's what they're talking about in the Bay Area. Not that I believe it, but they really want the trade to go through because everybody's talking about Dame Dollar leaving, and because Klay Thompson is hurt, and they're like, hey, let's try to get Klay Thompson for Dame Dollar.
Good try on that end.
Good try.
We back to the bike versus the car. Good try on their end. If I'm Portland, hell no. That don't match up. It's simple math. If you take a Klay Thompson, like even if he comes off the injury, whatever, he's back to normal. and you put him by himself somewhere, he's nowhere near as strong as what Dame brings.
Right.
He's dope. He's a high prolific shooter, but kind of 1-2 dimensional. Dame give it all to you from rooter to the tutor. He get it from the offensive side, the defensive side, the three-pointer side, the drive to the basket side, the dishing side, the floor general side, the locker room team leader side, the franchise. That's what franchise is supposed to be about. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Good to try. If you're going to stay, hell yeah, try it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would ask you what you think, but you already made that clear before it was your turn. So I'll let you.
Actually, I did, because I'm opposite of what Talon is saying.
Okay,
Really?
Go ahead. What you think?
Absolutely. There's nowhere in the world I'm taking Dame over Clay. I don't know if people realize Golden State was the number 2 defensive team in the NBA while being number 1 in offense. A lot of that was due to Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. Klay Thompson takes the toughest point guard every single game. The opposite team, best point guard on the team, that's who Klay Thompson guards every single night. And Klay Thompson, not only can he get hot, Klay Thompson can get white hot. Klay Thompson can he's knocked down 40 to 60 points in a quarter. In a quarter. He was the catalyst to help Golden State beat OKC when they were down 3-1. Klay Thompson got hot and went completely off, and he was completely unstoppable. And he's 6'9". I'm not taking him over Dame Dollar.
Okay, let me. Rodney Perry, I'm going to ask you if you agree or disagree with him, because I could easily say everything he said and think it too, except there's one thing that Fig did not mention. That's when Klay Thompson is playing. He ain't played in a year and some change. You know what I mean? Friday break.
Light pin flag on the play.
I mean, there's arguments both ways, and I think my esteemed colleagues have made both of those arguments. Look, I think the culture of the Golden State Warriors does not necessarily fit who Dame Dollar is. Would he buy into that thing, that unselfish nature? I don't know if Dame would fit with those guys. And again, we don't have any footage or any record of Klay Thompson being the guy. He's never had to be the guy. So, when that bright light is on, can you be the guy? He can flat out score. He can do everything Dame can do, and he's probably a better on ball defender. So I don't know if this will happen. I think it's great conversation, but I don't think it works either way. You know what I mean? I'm sitting now. You made me think. I'm sitting here saying to myself, would Dame Dollar fit on Golden State? I think he would, personally. I think he would. But he's a lot like. He's never had to play like that. No, I know that, but I think he's a lot like Steph. I understand what you're trying to say. I get your point. What you're trying to say. He's a lot like Steph. But the thing is, Steph and him are both A-dogs. You know what I mean? Like, what would they have to do? So they get shorter. The Golden State team gets smaller with Dame. Yeah, they do. They really do. Go ahead. I see Towns throwing a light.
That's the light skin flag on the play. You guys, light skin flag on the play.
Man, listen. I just say this: with the league being the way that it is, when you meet a big point guard or a team that has length, what are you going to do if you got Steph Curry, which has always been said not to be the greatest defender, and then you got Dame Dollar in the backcourt with him? Who's playing defense?
Well, with that much offense, you might not need to.
That's the same thing that the USA Olympic team is trying to do.
Okay, so the real question here is, you put these two dudes up side by side. You put these dudes side by side. Dame Dollar is the more efficient, better player. All Klay gives you, bro, like what he's efficient at and prolific at, he's a hell of a shooter, bro. He's a hell of a shooter. We can't take that away from him. Can he break you down like a Dame Dollar if you take the shot up? They both can shoot. But if you take that away, when you look at the other attributes, that's Dame, bro. He's just a little better than the Klay. And he's proven to us. We've watched over the last whatever years. We know he can be the helm of a team. We know he can lead a team. Like Rodney just said, we've been watching Klay be Robin, not Batman.
But if Dame go to State, he becomes Robin, don't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if Dame goes there, we don't know that because these two shooting battlers. I mean, out of respect, he may pull a Dwayne Wade because Dwayne Wade really, with the exception of Dwayne Wade publicly saying, "Oh, I passed the team to LeBron." Look at the numbers of who bust ass in those series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was Dwayne Wade, but he did the whoop-de-doop swoop and said, "No, it's LeBron's team." Yeah, right. To get him there, he buckled to get him there, and he still did the damage.
Right, he's still who he is. But don't you get Klay Thompson is cold, man.
Not like that though. We have yet to see him lead shit by himself.
He just didn't have to. He wasn't playing on the squad like that.
We can say that about a lot of people.
Yeah, we could.
Okay, so you want to say that? Ben Simmons is the shit too then.
Hey, listen, I take Ben Simmons in Golden State with Clay and Steph.
All right. Well, here. Let me throw this topic to you guys right now. Oh, we got somebody else who came in who wants to join in the conversation. I'm gonna bring them in a second. One word answer. I'm gonna start with you, Talent. If you're starting a team out right now, you take and Klay Thompson is on the sideline, Dame Dollar's on the sideline. Who are you taking?
Dame.
Okay, Rodney. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Klay because I like light-skinned people.
I'm taking Klay. I'm taking Klay because Klay's taller and bigger. Fig, who you taking?
Klay Thompson.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking. Let me throw. Look like somebody else wants to join the conversation.
No, welcome my friend. I'm sorry, Frank. Welcome my friend Tyler Chronicles, fabulous comedian. You've seen him on Wild and Out. He's a hooper. You know, he balls out, and I fight him to come on the box seats in Rockwood. What's up, Tyler?
Hey, what's going on, Kings? What's happening with y'all?
What's up, player?
What's up, man?
Are you listening to the conversation, Tyler? You hear what we're talking about?
Man, y'all talking about Sunset Park, right?
Yeah.
You take butter first.
My
butter got to
go busy. Spaceman.
Yeah, we
take butter first.
Yeah. We talk about Sunset Park because honestly, Tyler, it is somebody's sunset. I'm gonna ask you, Tyler. We talking about Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson for Dame Dollar because the conversation coming out of the Bay Area is that there's a potential conversation for a trade. The fellas are disagreeing about why they would not make that trade. They all wouldn't make the trade. They disagreeing on the reason why. What would you say?
If I'm Portland, you can't make that trade.
Exactly.
You can't trade Dame Dollar. Like, he's the best you got. Now Golden State, it's really hard to guard Dame and Steph. That's really hard. Now Klay got some brittle bones.
Thank you.
So
he got hurt one time.
Huh?
He got hurt one time.
No, it's one long time. It's one long time.
No, it's not. It's the second one. He tore his ACL in Toronto.
Yep. And the second one.
And on draft night, he tore his Achilles. And an Achilles injury is really tough.
He tore his shit on draft day.
Oh, draft day, yeah. Remember that?
He's not even playing. He got drafted.
They was like, oh, we got the number 2 pick. And it's, oh shit, Klay snapped his Klay snapped his leg same day. I'm telling you, they sold to the devil to get the championships. Now everybody on their team hurt.
Wow. All right, so if you got a guy on the sideline, if you got Dame Dollar and you got Klay on the sideline, Tyler, who you taking to start your team?
To start my team, out of Dame or Klay?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's easy. Oh, Dame don't need nobody else to play. Like, Klay needs other people to make.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to tell these
clowns. Yeah, I think that's easy.
It took for me to get another brown skin dude on the show. The light skin dudes teamed up on me.
All right, let me throw the next question. Tyler, I'm gonna keep you on for this next round of questions too. Then I'm gonna start out with Talent. Hang in there, Tyler. Don't go nowhere. Tyler, I'm gonna start with you. LeBron James came on this morning and he said, "Hey, I'm gonna play for the Lakers 4, 5, 6, 7 more years." Honestly, in my opinion, just my opinion, I think he got 2, maybe 3 good years left. He's already 36, going to 37. If he plays the amount, he's talking about playing in his 40s. I don't see that happening at all. But the question came up: which would he be remembered the most for being on the Lakers, being on Miami, or being on Cleveland? My thought was immediately Cleveland, because Cleveland ain't never seen an NBA championship like what he did for them. That's my thought.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, let me say 2 things. If he does play, let's just say 5, 6 more years on the Lakers, he will be best known for the Lakers. That's just how big the franchise is. Now, as you saying, you don't think he can, you think he got a good 2 years. I'm gonna give a man credit of this. I give him very little credit on a lot of shit, but I gotta give him credit on this. his basketball IQ is through the roof. I think LeBron is that guy. If anybody can figure out how to stretch his career another 6-7 years, because all he has to do is slowly become these different role players and facilitate and be that guy around the younger guys coming up. I think he could do it, Frank. I don't doubt that he can do it because his basketball IQ can adjust to the game. But if he plays at least 3-4 more years, it will be mostly known by the Lakers because that's how the franchise is, bro.
There's no way in hell he's gonna play another 7 years, in my opinion. Fig, what you think?
If LeBron James play another 7 years, like Tyler said, he definitely would have sold his soul to the devil. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because Father Time is undefeated. 7 years? He's 36 now. 7 years. Who do you think he is? Tom Brady? Stop it already.
Okay. I'm going to throw it to you, Roddy Perry. Roddy Perry, what you think? You think LeBron James got another 5 to 7 years left in him?
First of all, the question was 5 or 6. And y'all done push it out a whole another year. Can LeBron play 5 more years? Yes. You know, straight. But this is the fact of the matter. Father Time is undefeated. And once he walk your ass down, you might think you got 5 years, but you might have to.
Yeah. Tyler, I'm going to throw it to you, man. You tell me what you think. With knowing the amount of injuries LeBron has been having the last 3 years, I'm saying definitely not 5 years. Hell, forget about, I don't even see 4. I see maybe 2 to 3. But he got injuries. It's like they all said, Father Time is undefeated, and that means injuries. What you think, Tyler?
His injuries, to me, are not because he's old. He had his ankle dove on this year, which could happen to anybody. I don't care if you're 20 years old. And this other injury, which is his only one in 17 years, was a groin injury when he slipped on a wet floor. So there's 2 kind of weird, kind of freak injuries. I think LeBron will play till he's 40 just to say that he did it. And the only way he could do that is if he becomes the third best player on the team, because playing for the Lakers, you just can't play ball. Like Orlando Magic, you could just go play ball. But the Lakers, whether you win or losing, you the first story on ESPN every time, no matter what. So he got to be the third, fourth. Like if they get a Dame, they get an AD, maybe another real ball handler where he doesn't really have to handle the ball. I think he can stretch it to 40, play a mid-post, high-low game.
That's what I'm saying. I see him adjusting.
Yeah, but let's be honest.
He won't be good. He won't be good.
Right.
I think he can play.
But let's be honest too.
But his not good will still be good.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Those injuries that he had too takes longer to come back from because he's older. It ain't like, you know what I mean? When you slip and twist your nuts, you can come back tomorrow. But when
LeBron sleeps in a hyperbaric chamber. Like,
how the hell you twist your nuts?
they call that a groin injury. You
gotta literally.
I ain't going literally.
You gotta get your wife on that therapy.
LeBron been married since he was in high school, man. He ain't been out here chasing these young girls, and that's probably what's keeping him in the league.
That's it.
There.
That's it right there. Because if you're chasing the girls, you know what happens. Tyler, thank you for joining the show, man. We appreciate you. Tell everybody out there what you got going on and how you can follow up. No, tell everybody all your social stuff, bro.
Oh man, I do comedy, man. Tyler Chronicles. I'm a writer as well. And speaking of basketball, shout out to Dwayne Wade. He's doing The Cube right now. I'm a writer on that show, so y'all make sure I check that out on TBS.
Oh, good, great show, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. D Wade did a great job, man. He's a super important person because he said, I'm only going to do this show if you hire black people in every department. And I was one of those hires. So
nice. Tyler, thank you for joining the show, man. We appreciate you.
Tyler every morning on V103 here in Atlanta, too, man. National radio show, top show in the country. Well done, Tyler, man.
Tyler, you about to be fired for not promote V103. You know how they are down there, bro. You didn't promote us?
I already know, man. My fault. Appreciate y'all.
The show, Tyler.
Appreciate you, Tyler.
All right, y'all. We got another person who looked like they want to join the show too, and it looked like it's a young lady. So let's see who this young lady is. Anika. Anika, thank you for joining.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo, this is Onika McClain, super comedian, super talented, and just always stupid to me. So I hit her up and invited her to come on the show. Frank Holden, take over, baby.
Nika, I wanted to ask you, we having this one last conversation because we only got that much time at all. Actually, we have no more time. LeBron James, I'm going to ask you this, like I asked everybody else. LeBron James 5-7 more years in the league? What you see?
I mean, it depends on his hairline, actually, because it has been doing a lot. And I know alopecia will take a nigga out. Like, alopecia is one of those things, like, if you can tell she from the projects in East New York, like, she will take your edges out. So if he has a lot of issues with the alopecia, because sometimes he all right, and then other times, goddamn, I be feeling so sorry for him, because his hair be so nappy, it feel like it's giving him brain damage. So I'm not sure, maybe...
Oh, I think since you said that, I got to bring in George Wallace. George Wallace. You know, how many more years LeBron James got left? And Anika said his hairline ain't gonna make it. What you think, George?
George, he just put his ears on. Say that again, Frank.
George Wallace. How many more years LeBron James got left, man? Because Anika said his hairline ain't gonna make it.
Hey, wait, punk ass! LeBron James is my son, and you're not gonna be talking about my son like that, okay?
Well, you take that hat off and let me see what you got going on underneath there, because I think.
Hey, listen, I ain't never done this before, but look at that! I got hair.
Come on, George.
Okay. It's gentrified though. It's gentrified. It turned white. It turned white. It's
No.
Your hair's like Best Style.
No, I'm doing a role as a granddaddy. I had to dye it white. I will lie. Yeah. So I do got hair. Some people didn't know I had hair. I got lots of hair.
All right, Jordan.
So
I'm gonna ask you the last question
LeBron
because
got
we gotta
5 years.
go.
Okay, I just want to join in. I know y'all was having fun. Anything Rotten is doing, I know it's funny. So I just wanted to say, hey, how about that?
Well, thank you, George, for joining the show, man. We appreciate you, man. We really appreciate you. Thank you for joining the show. We got to get ready to roll out. Thank you, George. Anika, thank you for joining the show. Tell everybody out there how they can follow you because we got to roll out. I wish you had came in earlier because that was hilarious. Go ahead.
You can follow me on all social media, Onika McLean or Onika Comedy. Thank you, guys.
Anika, I need to see you again, Anika, because that was if you gonna be like that, Anika, we got
ask talent. This is how I act.
You don't know what she's gonna say. I love it.
You don't want the smoke, Frank. Careful what you.
I want let her bring the smoke. That's what I want. Anika, thank you. Tell everybody out there how they thought you should follow you. I appreciate you. You performing this weekend?
I'm performing every weekend. Yeah, but I'm in LA this weekend. So that's good.
There you go. Thank you, Anika, for joining the show. We appreciate you.
All right, bro.
All right. Tell everybody out there how they can follow you.
Hey, listen, you can follow me. That just reminded me, speaking of females on here talking smack, we got to get Hope Flood on here because the Comics Rock Convention is coming up next month as well. You can follow me, Talent the Comedian, on Instagram. Email me because I'm down to my last couple of rooms officially for the Atlantic City 30th anniversary. My email is talent@itsjustcomedy.com, and I see y'all. Box seats, baby.
Thank you, Talent. Rodney Perry, tell everybody out there they can follow you, bro.
Great show today, guys. RodneyPerry.com is the website. Rodney Perry Live on all social media. And please, if you haven't already, go follow that YouTube page. We got some big stuff coming.
Fig.
At Comedian Fig, all social media platforms. Box seats, Monday through Friday. Best damn sports show. The funniest sports show on TV.
Yo, but I'm asking questions, right? And Anika said hairline. That had me like
Yep.
Can you imagine how many people? No, the reason why it's funny is because you imagine how many people are gonna be roasting him if he plays when he's 40. That will be the.
No, he will cut it off. He will cut it off, buddy.
The headline should go this season.
It ain't.
He's got one more season. His hair got one more season, and that's it.
He gonna hold on to that. He's gonna hold it. All right, so I gotta roll out, man, because the time is up. We gotta go. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Box Seats is the show. Humor Mills the channel. You know what time it is. This week coming up, we got Talent. Who's gonna be guest Thursday?
Hey, Thursday's guest is a super duper sports guest. We got my man Chris Broussard in the building, ESPN all over the place. I see him on TV every day talking sports, and we got him Thursday.
Yeah, there it is, y'all. We'll see y'all. Take care. Peace.